Alright, last time we stopped in Sector 4, underwater section, and,
Gravity suit.
like I said, I kind of hinted towards certain things that were going to be happening here. We're not going to see those for a while, but, do you know about the secret here?
I don't think so.
Then it will be an interesting experience. But yeah, basically there's a completely pointless Easter egg in this area, and I'll be going back to it after showing what the normal route is supposed to be. So it'll be a couple minutes. For right now, it'll just be basically what you're supposed to do.
You doing stuff. The sea enemies look really cool, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I've got to say I like the look of this place a lot more than Meridia. I don't know why, I've always hated Meridia. I find it too confusing to get around in, and all the rooms look the same.
Yeah.
Plus it has some of the most annoying pickups in the entire game. It's like the parts where you go down those, the sections with like the falling sand and you sink through the floor.
Oh yeah, those.
Yeah, it's like you go down one half of it, and then there's like a power bomb and a missile that you pick up, and if you mess up, you like fall down further and have to backtrack, and then after you get those, you have to go around and get the other half. It's like...
Yeah, a little tedious.
There's a thing like that in Criteria, too, if you shinespark in the room with the ship, but I don't think that one's as bad.
These seahorse-looking things, they get beaten.
Are these baby dragons, or whatever that thing's called?
Yeah, the dragon thing. I can see that. Here's
Because,
an we
like,
can't get.
because there's baby ones before you fight that boss, and then they, like, push the boss into the sand when you kill it.
Oh, those things! Ah, maybe it's that. Yeah, I can't remember what that boss is called.
I think it's
Yeah,
either
Dragon.
it's either Dragon or Dragoon or something.
Yeah, dragon. Okay. Actually, Kabuthunk turned into that thing way back at the start of the comic.
Yeah, I remember that, because you...
Needed to threaten.
Yeah, he was like threatening Samus and Kraid, and then you mentioned that it was like, that was the coolest boss from Super Metroid, and if you could turn into anyone, then that would be the one.
Yeah, I could see that.
Interesting thing you have to do here. You've got to kill those with a power bomb to make the crabs turn gold for some reason, and then after you kill them, the door arbitrarily opens. And...
I didn't realize that the power bomb kind of collected all of the energy things into one spot.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. Anyway, didn't even have to do anything in there. It was just for a pickup. So, I'm like, because at this point, I didn't know where to go in general.
Yeah.
Red doors.
Those things stuck.
Just annoying stuff. So, it's like a prime place to look around.
Yeah. Maze of tunnels.
Speaking of Super Metroid, this reminds me of the section near the wrecked ship, where there's like a bunch of intangible walls that you can randomly move through to get a missile or something.
Oh, I guess the fish moving through it was...
Go.
It looks like the fish can move through the walls regardless of the walls. Something. Security!
And we have now opened up the entire base.
Yay! Finally.
Well, except for the random screw attack walls. Yes. Yes, I'm just trying to figure out where to go.
Oh, hey, that room. Yay, now we can travel places.
Indeed. Like I said, this is just kind of a weird section of the game, because it's... Like, if this was any other Metroid game, you would just be free to roam anyway, but in this one you're always... Like, you've been conditioned to only go where they tell you to, and this is like the one part where they take away the instructions, and it's like, oh, what do I do? I kind of like how they do that, though.
That's a different type of Metroid from the usual, so... Yeah.
Any reason to kill these? None whatsoever.
Well, health. That you didn't need.
There's a big, weird, annoying room.
Oh, those things use bullets is kind of annoying.
So that thing,
I remember
I don't think I've shown one of those in the series up to this point, but they were visible in the first trip to Sector 4. Basically, they're just these weird inflatable things that block up pathways, and there is a very specific way to deal with them, and I am going to be getting that pretty soon. Alright, so,
Oh, this thing.
since we're, getting kinda close-ish to the point where I'm gonna kinda cut the video and go back, I'll start explaining this. It's gonna be explained in text, because I actually have this whole, like, edited section coming up going over what I'm doing, but, just so I'm not having to, like, read out the text and, like, be slower than it goes away or whatever. Basically, the goal here is, because this section of the game normally does not allow you to go to a nav room before continuing, if you find a way to get to a nav room before getting the next upgrade, you get a secret message. And there is no point to do this. Like, you don't get anything from it, but it's cool, and I wanted to show it off. And I had never
For funsies.
successfully done it before. And let's just
I
go...
think I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Behold, as I go back and forth between the same 3 rooms over and over because I wasn't sure where to go. But I had to do speed
Yeah,
boost
up is
here.
blocked, that's blocked. Oh, there's that.
Space jumping while using the speed boost is always cool.
Oh, you get spiky. Alright, I guess it's just gonna hover there close to you.
Yeah, they just kind of float. Of course, we got missile blocks here.
I'm just gonna be a spiky thing underneath you just because. Oh, speaking of spiky things.
For a room probably meant to be a recharge area, I certainly got damaged by those a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut up here and just let the editing do the work, because it explains what I'm doing.
Yeah. That was a lot of information.
So, yep, that's what I'm going to be doing.
That is an awesome animation that explains it, thank you.
It might have gone by a little quickly, and I apologize if it did, but I
At
guess
the end
people
part
can
of just
rewind.
watching the Samus head float around that.
So anyway, this is where you build up the speed. And, yeah, you've got to take this a ludicrous distance in order to do this trick. It's kind of awesome.
I was never all that good at shinesparking.
I never really was either. I kind of was forced to get good for this. This room right here is the worst, because you have to do a bunch of vertical climbing, and, yeah, it's very easy to lose it. So, this took about an hour.
I was about to ask, how many takes was this?
Yeah, I'm doing some pretty serious editing here, just kind of showing some of the more common failure areas and that kind of stuff. But, yeah, like right there.
Oh!
I don't even know
Can't
why I
touch an
lost it
enemy.
there. I think I just didn't hit down quick enough. But, as with some of the bosses, I actually did get through this whole thing without looking up a video. I was vaguely aware of how to do it from watching it before, but I didn't, like, do a refresher, so I just kind of forced myself to learn the whole section.
I guess once you know where the nav room is, you just kind of work your way there or something.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta do all these... You have to use these slopes to charge it, and these enemies keep getting in the way. Because for anybody who hasn't played the 2D Metroid games and might be confused what I'm doing, probably a late explanation for it, because I've been doing this throughout the playthrough, but to use the speed boost thing here, basically if you do a horizontal charge into a slope, it maintains it, and then you can press down again to charge it. So it's just, you have to keep doing that, and there are slopes in here that are not clearly visible, like this one to the left. And
that's just a tiny little spot that you have to work with.
yeah.
That the one, like, space before
And then,
a wall.
crab. Got all the way up, and then a freaking crab shot me.
Oh, this is brutal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah,
Just
like I
to
said,
get off
I
of this
kind of
point
just
here.
and the thing is, the enemies aren't even consistent. Like, sometimes they're in different areas. I try to collect the health drops, because if they fly into other enemies, sometimes it can turn them into the bigger ones, and then those are harder to kill. You're kind of meant to use the pseudo screw attack for this, where you have a full charge and then like spin jump into stuff, because that'll kill them pretty easily. But it's really hard to get a charge while doing this. Well, it's not hard, but it's tedious, because you have to like continually go into the same slope while you're charging the beam, so you don't lose the speed boost. And it's just like, if you mess up a single time, you've got to start over again.
You know, I'm not sure what's worse, having to go from a save point every time, or just going in a constant loop over and over and over again here.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is the successful run. Let's see. Yeah, this slope here is fine. This one right here is questionable, because you only have like one sprite worth of space to do it on. This one is the worst, though. That one is so tiny.
Still good?
There we go. Yup, got it.
Woo!
It's so awful. And it's so unnecessary, but I felt it had to be done.
You gotta show it off.
Completely unneeded for any sort of run, regular,
Mad
100%,
props, though.
or low percent, but it's too cool to not do it.
Mad props.
So yeah, this is all just old territory that we've already seen, so I'm just kind of speeding through it a bit.
Okay, so you still have to like mess around for a while after the shinespark to actually get to the thing.
Yeah, because you have to backtrack to the nav room. And yep, right through here.
Yo. Truly magnificent.
I like how they're going to spoil the game's plot there.
Bah. Well, lots now.
Yep, very fourth wall breaky. I enjoy it.
God love breaking the fourth wall.
Also, from what I understand, that was the first time the term shinespark was ever actually used in a game. I think it was a fan term for Super Metroid, and then they just kind of picked it up for this. Kind of like what they did with shiny Pokemon, because they used to be just called, like, alternate color.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, shiny was a fan term until black and white came out.
I gotta love it when game series has used like fan stuff inside of there.
So here's
okay,
diffusion
definitely freeze all
missiles.
those.
They're weird. They're not used very often. In fact,
I was about to say,
that right there might have been the only time I ever needed them.
yeah, another one of those items that is like, okay, you need this to get past one point, and then you'll never pull it out again.
It's like the Seeker missiles in Prime 2 and 3. I hate those things. The only time you ever use them is for, like, basically
One door.
locks that specifically require them, and there's, like, a couple bosses that specifically require them, but they're so unwieldy in every other case, I would never want to use them for anything.
I guess the packs of screes that occasionally fly at you, you might be able to take them all out.
I'm trying to think if they even have those in the later primes. I can only think of them in the first one. They might exist, I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. Is my objective clear? Wasn't really paying attention.
Something about a robot.
Go kill this thing. Okay.
I need you to go to point A and kill thing B. I'm going to repeat this information as soon as you go into Sector 6 anyway, so it's okay if you don't pay attention.
Dark zone. Wait, is this zone even dark anymore?
Kind of. It's just purpley cavey place.
Oh, right, the caverny place.
Green groundy area.
I do have a purple groundy area.
Was that the one where Samus kept falling through holes?
Yes.
That was like the most irritating place.
Oh, I love that area.
With like the gigantic pit.
Yeah, just a giant cavern in the middle of the planet type of area.
So, the editing's gonna explain it, but there's a part here where I got massively lost, because, I thought that I was supposed to basically backtrack through the whole section that I had already gone through, and I was just supposed to go through that door right there. So, yeah. Like, yeah, we're not gonna show any of that. I wandered for quite a bit. Nothing was gained, it was just a waste of time.
Yay! Oh, there's a health pickup.
Also, this lump here. I like this lump.
Huh.
Can't get rid of it until you have the screw attack. There's just kind of a lump there.
I was kind of expecting that to be a speed thing that you'd have to get past, but nope, not even that.
Yeah, there's a speed, like, the wall here on the left is broken with the speed booster, so you have to, like, you get rid of the lump using the screw attack, and then build up charge, and then use it in the next room.
Yeah.
And there's a thing.
Kind of a cool looking room with this stalagmites from the top. No, I think it's stalactite to the top.
Yeah, it's the mnemonic device is C for ceiling, G for ground, so stalac is the ceiling one.
Yeah. Speleothems.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Yeah, just the kind of formations in general. Then there's another name for the ones that go all the way from the top to the ceiling. I think those are just columns.
Yeah, it's like there's so many specific things that have words. I don't understand like why they have to be that specific sometimes.
The scientists studying all that, they want their separate words for things. Sure, go for it.
So, I can't hear it because I've got the video super quiet, but there's just kind of an invasive voice now that doesn't go away for like forever, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I can kind of hear that in the background.
Yeah, when I was actually playing this, I had the volume all the way up, and it was really pissing me off because it never shuts up.
Something about not authorization.
Yeah, no access without authorization.
Oh wow, just that short clip over and over.
And now we have electrified water, and this annoying thing. So,
oh hey, guess who's back?
Yeah, so if you remember this robot from earlier, I think I beat that boss without taking damage once. It was really easy. This one, not so much. And it's not because... It's not because the boss itself is any harder, it's just because you fight it in a terrible location. Because the floor hurts you, and you're not high up enough to avoid its jump. So...
Yeah, just out of the blue suddenly, Spider Boss! Or whatever you want to call this.
Yeah, just random robot thing.
Oh.
So, this is another one of those bosses that I died against a good many times. Not nearly as many as the other ones, but, it was enough for me to really hate the no access without authorization voice, and,
Oh, that's still going on in the background, isn't it?
Not in the fight, but I had to go down and, like, poke the door that activates the voice every single time to trigger this boss, so... I don't know. But, anyway, as I eventually figure out, I'm not sure how many failures I show in this, there's basically no reliable way to hit this thing without getting damaged. Unless you just take it really, really slowly, so the successful run is just going to be sped up when I get to that. Because it takes freaking forever.
Yeah, the missile part is actually the easiest part, it looks like.
Yeah, it is.
Oh! Oh, clipped your leg.
So yeah. Here we have
Kinda cool
the,
music now.
this is the Quadraxis theme from Prime 2. I figured it was fitting for this boss.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I am thankful that I did not use Undertale music, because there was a person who got annoyed with me for using that in Part 5.
Really? Huh.
Granted, I had no reason to put it in that video, I just kind of felt like it.
You're just kind of hovering off to the side here.
Yeah,
Looks like this is
if you're
basically the
over
safe
here,
spot.
it can't really do much, but the trade-off is you can't really do much to it either, because,
Looks like there's
like-
one spot when you have to occasionally jump down by the door there.
I don't know, I don't even think it can hit you at all, I just... But, because the
Just slow
beam
and
kind of
safe route.
splits off into 3, when you diagonally aim at it like I'm doing, usually like one of the 3 will hit it, so it's only taking a tiny bit of damage each time. So yeah, this, even more so than the Nightmare fight, it deserved to speed up, I think. Honestly, I could have sped up Nightmare too.
And Nightmare's cooler.
Yeah, this boss is just tedious. Nightmare, at least, is actually challenging.
Oh,
Also, that thing, I swear, looks like the core of Metroid Prime.
I was gonna say a brain, but I can see it being a core.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like a mother brain type thing or what that is. Yeah, I was not looking forward to dying to this thing.
At least it's not electric water still. Open your stupid eye!
I like my little morph ball escape there. I was proud of that.
Ah!
And at last, the Wave Beam, an ability that really didn't deserve to be this late in the game, but okay.
Your beams
Also-
were already wavy.
The game, I think it's glitching out here, because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be playing this boss music still. It just kind of
Well, it
keeps
stands to
going.
reason.
It's really weird.
I guess until the next audio change queue or whatever.
It's like
It
it's
looks
even
kinda
playing in the
silly.
save room.
Oh yeah, that little bit of a glitch there in the save.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just an emulator thing or what that was. Kind of reminds me of Banjo-Tooie when different versions of the same song layer over each other. So here's a bit of a weird section, because the thing is just saying you're, like, obviously you're not authorized to go in here, and I do anyway, which
Metroid.
any gamer is gonna do, but for the record, if you try to go back, you can't. Also,
Hey,
here's,
Metroid.
here's
Oh,
Metroid
showing
2
all the
references.
different types.
Can you believe there are Metroids in this Metroid game? I'm shocked.
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised that they're going to be showing up soon, but... Oh, hey! Look who it is. At least she's ignoring you.
Yeah, because the X are the natural enemies of the Metroids, so it's more focused on them.
Oh, yeah. And you're all just like, hey, kids!
Yeah, they don't do any... They kind of just get in my way. They don't actually do any damage.
Can you, like, stand on them?
I don't think so.
Oh, they're so cute! Oh, and you lost a piece of the station.
Yep, Rutabaga fell off.
Thankfully, the air sealed off behind me
So,
somehow.
how are you going to react to me blowing that up? Why does somebody always have to be rebreeding them? Like, every time you think that you're done with the Metroids, they're always like, oh, secretly we've been breeding them over here. Like, why? Just get rid of them.
But they're a source of energy. Stop breeding them! You see it goes wrong every single time!
So yeah, kind of skipped through the dialogue there. I don't know if you saw it, but he mentions that there's at least 10 SAX roaming the station now. And that would have been, I think, a good opportunity to include like even more of those escape sequences, or like just have them as random events where they can occur, but that does not happen.
Talking about Adam.
I mean, if they had made them completely random events, I'm sure they would have shown up in areas where you couldn't do anything about it, and that would have been pretty lame, but they could have at least had, like, one more scripted one. Or have a section where you're running away from, like, 2 of them at once or something.
Yeah, that would be cool. Random rippers in the way.
Despite knowing that they are called rippers, I will never not call these float roaches.
Awesome.
I want to say it was actually from the 100% Fusion guide that I read shortly after the game came out that called them float roaches, because you had to freeze them in a few rooms in order to get past puzzles, so the name just kind of stuck.
Squishy balls.
Also, why is there just, like, green radioactive goo? Like, what is that?
Maybe those are Rinkas. Maybe. Oh hey, the music's back to normal, yay!
And apparently we're done.
Yeah.
Abruptly. Yay.
Right then.